ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I know it's a Thursday. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Why am I singing I'm so excited? I'm going to tell you. Firstly, my name is Robert Bannon. It's the Roundtable. It's Thursday. It is our 171st episode. We've been here for almost 4 years, and I am so excited because we have a big old praise party show for you tonight. Grammy winner Donald Lawrence is here tonight. I got to talk to him, and it's a brilliant, fun interview with him. What a special artist he is in this world. And the Tony-winning disco queen superstar, Melba Moore, is here to talk about faith and music, her new book, and so much more. I'm so happy that you're here. Hello to my new friends. I can't wait to hear. Look, Abby is here. She says, happy Thursday. Best y'all here. Beat us all here. Abby's over there in the UK. Thank you. Shouting out to you, Abby, for staying up late with us. Hello, David. I'm so happy you're here, David. I haven't seen you or heard you in a bit. Welcome to the show. Mama Lewis says, tonight is going to be good. I can't wait. I'm going to be like Robert when I grow up. I want to be like Robert when I grow up. It looks so much better on Instagram and on Facebook. No, my life is amazing. I'm kidding. Mama Lewis, everyone should be able to stream her podcast, which I'll tell you all about later. But it's called It's Not About You, but It's About Me. And with Esther Lewis. And the link and information is on my Instagram. So if you're looking for pastor, inspirational, self-help guidance, and you want to feel good about yourself, she's got the podcast for you, and I'll be sharing it on my Instagram. So make sure you check it out. It's coming to YouTube. Hello, Marie. Hello, my mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Aunt Fran. I'm so happy you're here. I miss you. I can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks. My mom. I gotta squeeze my mom. And I love it. Christine. Well, hello. Time to celebrate. It's her birthday tomorrow. We're going to mix things up in a minute, and we're going to talk about that in 1 second. But before I get to it, I want to talk about our hot take of the day.
It's smoking.
So for some reason, ever since I moved to Detroit, I've been listening to and doing the Roundtable. I've been listening to a lot of gospel music, but I really love upbeat tempo music. I love a ballad, but I love fun, fast music. And it's funny when we do shows, when I do my concerts, Yaz, my music director, is always like, make it. Robert likes the songs fast. He likes to have a high tempo because it gives me energy. It makes me feel good. So my hot take is, what is your go-to feel good song? So when you want to be amped up, maybe it's a church song. Maybe it's a secular song. Maybe it's a disco song. Maybe it's Melba Moore. You step into my life and I'm oh so happy. Maybe it's that. Or maybe it's gospel and it's Donald Lawrence. Lender, not a borrower. Get your inheritance. Get it. I tell him that. Wait till I sing it to him. This morning, I was listening to more gospel. I was listening to CeCe Winans. If it's greater, let it be greater. If it's stronger, let it be stronger. You know what Darius secretly likes to listen to? Oh, yes, it's ladies' night and the feeling's right. Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. So what is your feel good groove? You know, you're going to work and you're trying to get that energy going. Come on. We could do it. Get the energy up. So what is your feel good song? Cat Daddy says, you heard Melba Moore on the Pearly Cast album. What a voice. Her voice is incredible. She has the record for the longest note. And if you hear it, she holds a note for a long time. She's incredible. So what a voice. Tony winner. I'm on a roll tonight, Mama Lewis. I feel good. You know what? Tomorrow is Friday. I'm ready for this week to be done. Work is working. Life is lifing. And I'm so grateful and grateful to be here with you also. There he is. Hello, Darius is here. Look, sister, I can't wait to tell you about my weekend review. But before I get to that, because you'll see this lady in a minute. Before I get to that, let's switch things around and let's hear my Hey Friend Hey.
I'll be there for you. How you doing?
So this Hey Friend Hey goes to my friend Christine Clifton, who is just commented that she's starting her birthday weekend by celebrating it with us. And I'm so grateful for her and her mom, Judy, watching us right now in the Carolinas. Christine comes up to see my shows every Pride. She comes to the Christmas shows. She has been a huge supporter of me and has come up to see my shows for many, many years. And her friendship and her kindness to me is never unrecognized and unappreciated. So on this day and every day, I wish my Scorpio sister, Christine Clifton, the very best. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Christine. Happy birthday to you. Let's wish our Christine the happiest birthday. I love it. Mucho, mucho, mucho. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Thank you for all your love and support. David says happy birthday. Darius says happy birthday. Am I going to show the video from this weekend? I am. We're going to show the video from this weekend. And hello, mother, and hello, mom. All the moms are here. Are you ready? Here's my weekend review. Hit it. So it was Joyce and Tita's mom, Mary's birthday on Saturday. So we did go to the casino and met them there, where Darius is always a very lucky winner. Here he is winning the big win, $50. $50. So he wins all the money, and Joyce and Tita and myself lose all of our money. And I get bored. I get bored there. You know, I'm not winning. So I end up, you know, doing a little dancing. I mean, what would you do? Yes, we're at the casino, losing all our money. We're at the casino. Hey, 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 hey. And what? And he is not amused. Look, is he amused? Nope. I'm having fun. Is Darius having fun? He's winning my. Oh, he really hated that. Really didn't like. But we had a good time. Happy birthday, Mary. Happy birthday, Mary. If you come to Detroit, there's always so much fun and things to do. Lattes is here. Her son gets married in 11 days. I can't wait. Tell me, Lattes, what's your go-to song that makes you feel good and amps you up? What makes you ready to go? Christine says, thanks for that gorgeous happy birthday. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I love the Roundtable family. And we love you too. Happy birthday tomorrow. What else happened? You know, my school has a contract with Eric Thomas, who is the hip hop preacher, and he was there the other day. I love his wife. They come in from Lansing and they come support our kids. And he did a workshop for the teachers because he felt like the teachers this year have been through it. So support a teacher. The school year is going on, and the school year is school yearing for sure. And I took my kids on a field trip. We went over to Ford Field to have a game camp arcade with Xbox and Code 313, where the kids got the chance to be coders. They coded, and there's Ms. Wardell, the math teacher, helping them code. And who is calling me right now in the middle of the show? Dia, who lives here in Detroit. And we had so much fun with Terrence and Rory the Lion and everything that goes on. Shout out to the Lions for always taking care of our kids. They won prizes and autographed footballs and all sorts of fun stuff. So it was a quiet weekend. I took Diamond to get groomed. She's now in her fall look. Her fall hair is looking and doing. So it was a great weekend. A very, very, very fun. No, Darius does not get entertained easily. So that was the week for sure. A very special shameless plug. Are you ready? Here we go.
'Cause I'm shameless.
So, you know, I haven't done a show in New York City in 16 months. Well, that's all about to change this December 26th. I'm coming home to New York City. The show is back, everybody. It is time for the Robert Bannon Christmas special to come on back to 54 Below for the first time. Like, you can't be back. I'm back at 54 Below doing a Christmas show there for the first time because we've always done the Christmas show at Chelsea Table and Stage. But on December 26th, I will be there with my band for a new show called "'Twas the Night After Christmas." It is after the family is gone, after you have no more money, after you are tired, and you need a moment with some friends and some joy. And maybe you want to make it your grab bag night. Maybe you need a minute to celebrate. Come celebrate with me and my family. "'Twas the Night After Christmas, December 26th. You know, if you have never been to my shows, this is the perfect show to see. And if you've never been to a Christmas show, we really have a lot of fun. It's sing along. There's some great diva songs. There's some great classic moments, and tickets are available and on sale at 54below.org. Get them. People have already been telling me they bought tickets. The Cat Daddies already bought tickets. My mom bought her ticket. I don't even give my mom a free ticket. That's terrible. No, I'm kidding. Go to 54below.org. Yasuhiko Fukuoka is my music director. My full band will be there. Robbie Roselle will be there. Deb Toscano, who is from my Big Gay Italian Wedding, who is going to come out and do a duet with me, plus a big superstar guest that I'm going to be announcing soon. It is going to be very special, and I hope to have more information about if you can watch it virtually from around the world coming super soon. So I'm very excited. You know, Broadway World calls my show the must-see holiday show of the season. It will make your heart grow twice in size, just like the Grinch. You can look up the review yourself. I'm telling you, it's really fun. And what the review also says is that the people out here in the audience make it like a reunion. They bring so much energy, so much joy. Everyone gets together. They laugh, they joke, they sing with me. We all hang out after the show, and then we all go on our merry way and celebrate the holiday. So I really hope we have a great crowd. They told me that December 26th is a tough day to sell a show because it's the day after Christmas and people are traveling, or they're tired, or they're broke. Their credit cards are maxed out. But I'm not worried if there's 4 people there or 400 people there. We're going to have a grand old giant time. I'm ready. I'm already singing Christmas music in the car, building the show with Robbie last weekend. When I go to New York in 2 weeks, I'll be sitting down with Yaz, and we're going to build a very special show this year. So tickets are available. My dear friend, Mike Melfa's mom, said today, it wouldn't be a Merry Christmas without a Robert Bannon show at 54 Below. So if Mama Melfa says it, you better go and get your tickets. I hope to see you all there. And I promise I won't talk about it every week. Maybe. Maybe. Cat Daddy say it's a joyful festive time. Go get tickets. They got their tickets second row. So you better get your tickets. They'll be so close that I can literally eat. This is ridiculous with this phone tonight. Who are these spam people? Don't you want to just fight them? Go get your tickets. Mike is here. It's Christine's birthday tomorrow. Mike, he's late to the party. He's still at work, but even at work, see, he's watching the show, and then he'll finish work because he gets overtime. So it's an hour where he gets paid. He gets paid, and he doesn't even have to do anything. Kidding. Put that on D&D. On D&D. Mike's mom is the one who said it wouldn't be a Merry Christmas without a Robert Bannon show at 54 Below. So that's Mike's mom. That's Mike's mom telling you to get a ticket. So make sure you get a ticket and come and join me. All right. So I don't have a Detroit moment today, and I don't have my favorite thing, because my favorite things is Donald Lawrence and Melba Moore, because I really love them being here. But while I'm going over your hot take, and we're about to have Donald Lawrence and then Melba Moore here, is I want you to tell me, what is your feel-good go-to song that you listen to when you are driving? When you're driving. Yes, Darius says he's sitting with the Cat Daddy friends. He is very tall, so do not let him sit in front of you, Cat Daddies. Let him sit behind you. You don't want him to sit in front of you in the second row. So do not let Darius sit in front of you. He's 100 feet tall. I'm sure maybe Mike will be there. Maybe Mike will be busy, but we're going to make Mike go anyway. See, besties, they're ridiculous. I love my family and I love my friends. So what are your answers? What are your go-to songs? And will I sing them all? Yes. And do I care if you like it or not? I don't care, actually. So Mama Lewis says, I feel good. Wait. I knew that I would now. I feel good. I knew that I would now. I don't know if it's James Brown, but so good. I got you. Ow. I love that. That's a good choice. Look, Marie says, most mornings since 1970, it's Superbad by James Brown. Not Marie and Mama Lewis having the same answer. Come on. I love a little James Brown. Good answers, everybody. All right. Abby says, mine's Rogue. I'm currently vibing with the House of Bamboo by Andy Williams. Abby, I don't even know that song. I know Andy Williams like Moon River, but what is the House of Bamboo? Good for you, Abby. She's from England. Or maybe that's their jam. I'm going to listen to it. Bart's is early Beatles, like it's been a long day's night, like that. And I've been working like a dog. Like that's a good one. And yours is the sign. I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. Oh, I remember Dennis Bramley's birthday party. I was the first time I heard, what was it, 93, 94, 95? I thought that was it. And another night, another dream. Oh, I knew to be true. I don't know the words to anything. Good. A+. Good answers, everybody. What else we got? I love it. Old school. Oh, lattes. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Hey, and do you remember the 21st night of that song will never get old. That song will live forever. That song will live forever and ever and ever. And what do we got? Christine says, "'Cause I'm happy, clap along if it's true. Without a bum." You know that song. And 80s jams and treasure. Ooh, that is what you are. Good one, Bruno Mars. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays by Pentatonics. Love it. Love it. I love these. Darius says, and carry on. Martha Wash, who's been here, and I love her. I got to think about how it goes. Carry on to the money show and carry on to the mountains. I'll carry on. Valley down to a new day's on. I'll carry on. Hey. And oh, well, of course, as people turn off their, don't turn me off, people. I got a new attitude. I'm wearing my new dress, new hat, brand new ideas. As a matter of fact, I can change for good. I love Patty. I want to do that show at Pride. I want to do that song. I want to throw the microphone stand, kick my shoes off. I want to wear a big wig. And finally, Mike's, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, and don't it feel good? We got to make a playlist. Maybe I got to make a playlist. All right, next week I'm going to make a playlist, and it's going to be here. And I could put a QR code. So now in the future, I'm going to put a QR code. You could buy my tickets, you could stream us and all that stuff. So if you're here because Donna Lawrence is here and we didn't mention one gospel song, I just want to say I picked gospel. Okay? Just FYI. I picked gospel. Speaking of gospel, I really love our next guest's music. I really love his music. He is a choir director. He does not really sing. He writes these incredible songs. He is an incredible good artist. He is in Chicago, and the other day he was traveling, and I caught him. I've been working to get Donna Lawrence here for months. I am very honored and excited to welcome the incomparable Grammy-winning superstar, Donna Lawrence, who's in the show Oh Happy Day, starring Jordan Cooper, who wrote it, starring Tamela Mann's daughter, Tiffany Mann, and Tamika Lawrence, who's one of the greatest Broadway singers out here. He's here to tell us all about this brand new show. Take a peek. You know, everybody, what really excites me is when you combine theater with church, gospel, with the most amazing musical theater singers. And when I moved from New York to Detroit, and I married into a preaching, loving, church loving family, I had to learn my gospel quick out here in Detroit. And when I tell you, I know lender, not a borrower. Yeah, you better get your inheritance. Get it, as Donna Lawrence says. You know, I'm obsessed with his music. I love all of his music. And now one of my favorite places to see shows to the public with the incredible Jordan Cooper. You can see Oh Happy Day. He wrote music. Tamika Lawrence is going to sing you From Here to Heaven and Back Again. It's been extended. And the one and only Grammy-winning superstar, artist, writer, producer, he just amps me up every morning on my way to work. And he is here, the one and only, the incredible Mr. Donna Lawrence. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, man, how are you? Thank you for having me.
I tried to give you my best. Get it. tried to give you my best.
I heard it. I heard it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. How has theater been for you? What's it like for you to be a process of making theater work?
It's fun. I love getting to play in those waters and creating those waters. Most don't know that that was my education anyway, musical theater. And it was really what I planned on doing. I never planned on being a choir master, recording artist. I felt I would eventually do a gospel album, but my goal was always Broadway. So it's just fun to kind of get back here, put my hands back in it, and kind of do what really is my first love. If you know me, you really know that more than being a music producer or anything else, you put me in the theater, I can stay there like all night. It's just never gets tiring for me.
I love it. Publictheater.org is where you can get your tickets. It's
Yeah.
now extended till November 9th.
Yeah.
It's extended
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, this is our second extension. So yeah, it's doing really well. It's a very unique piece. I'm very proud of it. Very proud of the music, and Jordan is just brilliant. We connected actually online. I'm a big fan of the Miss Pat show, and I found it very funny. It reminded me of some characters that I grew up with in Gastonia, North Carolina. So I just kind of probably said something that I love the show as a fan, and he DM'd me and said, "Oh my God, I'm a big fan of your music. Let's find a time to just Zoom and chat." And then we did. We just really connected, and he told me he had some projects he would love for me to maybe write something for, and he would get back to me. And maybe a few months later, he got back to me and said, "I'm doing a reading of this play called A Happy Day. It's just a play, but I would love to have music for it." And that's kind of how we got together. I went to the reading in 2023. And I thought the play was so interesting. It was very unique how it was told, and the story was so unique. It's kind of lightly supernatural, and I'm a big fantasy kind of sci-fi fan anyway. So that was already a hook, but it was just a really unique story wrapped in there too, and a lot of messages. So I thought, yeah. Originally he just wanted a song at the end. But as I got more into the story, I just kind of presented a couple things that I thought would really tie some things together. And he loved everything I brought to the table. He and the director, which is Stevie Walker-Webb, who is brilliant as well. So those two are just a dynamic duo. And yeah, that's just kind of how we got to where we are now.
If you saw Ain't No More, which by Jordan and Stevie Walker-Webb, who they're incredible, and shout out to Stevie in Baltimore. The show when it was in Baltimore, we had Jordan here, and Jordan talked about the premise and the journey and the hope and the wish that this show was going to be able to play in New York City. And not only is it playing in New York City, it's playing at the Public, which is the home of some of the greatest, like Hamilton, like these shows.
Yeah, Chorus Line, like Hell's Kitchen. I'm just so. It's I call it the New York theater muscle. It's if you're gonna go on uptown to Broadway, you want these people behind you. It's the real deal.
So you've been playing piano, it says on your biography, since you're almost like 15 years old, and you wrote this music. How is it different writing an album, writing something for a concert, writing for other artists, versus finding songs that fit in a story? Because this is not just, this is my ministry, this is my song, this is my heart. These are songs that have to tell the story of the show. Was it a different process for you?
Yeah, I played piano for a long time, but I really stopped once Tri-City started, and I stepped up in front and was more producing and arranging and directing. I really don't sit down at the piano anymore at all. Most people don't even know that I used to play all the time. But I've never been a songwriter that wrote at the piano. I've always written away from the piano. So writing for this was, again, I understand musical theater. I understand that even if this is not a musical, this is a play with music. I actually say it's a play with songs. So there's about 10 musical moments, and there are some songs in there. And I told Jordan that if I wrote songs for it, I didn't want them to be like the backdrop for a scene to change or anything. I needed it to be part of the story to move the story forward, like musical theater does, and like songs and musical theater does. So, I tell you, I lived with the script, and I wrote based on the text. So my dog never lets me have a clean.
I have my own little babies here as well. Don't worry.
She always likes to upstage me. So, anyway, I wrote it based on the text. I wanted it to be an extension of the text like musical theater does. So writing the songs were just about taking another, really not another method of writing, just going inside the story and being the characters and writing from the characters' lens, you know. So it wasn't hard for me. It's actually very refreshing to just do it from that perspective, because if you know my music is always kind of story formatted anyway. That is my theater, you know, my theater influence, and it wasn't hard. The text was very inspiring to write to and unique to write to, because I said I don't think I've ever seen anything where you got kind of like the supernatural fantasy happening, then you got a little bit of church, and you got a little bit of some urban, country urban, and songs. It just doesn't always exist in the same ether. So it was really fun to write to, you know, like that. But it was easy. It really wasn't. But I'm a person that writes away from piano. I never write the piano. I go to the studio to write. I write in my head. So probably every big song you ever heard from me never happened with me at a piano or even at the studio writing. I just kind of write as I go along with my day. That's always been my process.
So when we listen to Deliver Me, that wasn't, you're not sitting down at a piano and writing this. This is all.
I'm definitely not sitting down at the piano and writing this, and that's a co-write. So that kind of was you know, kind of already existing. But like, if you Blessing of Abraham, Encourage Yourself, Best Is Yet to Come, Seasons, Jehovah Sabaoth, When the Saints Go to Worship, none of that stuff happened at no piano. Or Law of Confession, Back to Eden, Spiritual, all those songs are just me moving around and just doing life and listening. I always tell people, if you listen, life is always speaking, and you always have something to write about. So that's just kind of how I write.
That is really incredible. The best is yet to come. I think that's one of the messages when I was stalking Mr. Lawrence here to come on this show with love and admiration and saying we really are such fans here. The best is yet to come is such an inspiring anthem. And the best is yet to come. I want to sing the soprano part, the alto part. I want to sing all the parts. And listen to that. And listen, my personal favorite, this is one of the most incredible live gospel albums of all time. Is you have to listen to his music. You have to listen to the finale. It is incredible. The most incredible vocals, incredible music. You have to listen.
Thank you.
You taking a pause. It's incredible. When you take a pause and you take a moment to do musical theater, the influence of gospel and the influence of the style is definitely there. And this cast is singing this music down like they are a part of a choir. It is a church up in that public every single night. What's it been like for you to work with Tamika and work with Jordan and work with the ladies that sing? They are singing up there.
Yeah, you know, it's beautiful. I wasn't familiar with Tamika before Jordan introduced me to her. You know, she's a force. I didn't know how well she sang. He just told me he thought she could do it. He sent me some clips. But he also loved her acting chops. And I mean, her acting chops are so phenomenal that when she opens her mouth and get ready to sing, you just can't believe she can sing, because she is such an incredible actress, you know. So by the time you get through all the text she's delivering, and sometimes she's delivering monologues that the audience is applauding for right in the middle of a scene, because she's just that good of an actor, you know. And by the time she opens her mouth and she's got endless voice, you're just like, okay, I'm just done with you, like Tamika. You know, I'm trying to figure out, we might be related. We don't know, but she's from Arizona, and a lot of my family's in Carolina. We don't know, but you know, I was like, that's interesting. Same spelling and everything, you know. Anyway, she's incredible. It's great to work with her. Then working with, of course, Shalea. Shalea, I worked with her on the Clark Sisters movie, so this is kind of a reunion for us. And I had just seen her last year. Stevie Wonder was on tour, and one of Stevie's favorite songs is "The Blessing of Abraham." So she opened for Stevie, and he was doing the song all over through the tour. When they came through Chicago, he and his team reached out to me and said, come and do the song with us on stage in Chicago. So I went to the United Center and did the blessing of him with the orchestra, Dr. Pannion and Stevie and his crew, and a choir from here. And I got to see Shalea then. We didn't even know this was going to happen, though. What happened was Jordan reached out to me and said, do you think Shalea would do this? I said, well, Shalea is always busy. She's always on tour. And, you know, theater's different. You know, you got to just come and you just locked in. You can't do nothing. You know, it's 8 shows a week. You can't really do anything. And theater doesn't always pay, like, for me, like what records and concerts pay. So you got to have a love to want to do it. I'm not saying it doesn't pay at all. I'm just saying it doesn't pay. Sometimes it's a difference there, you know. And I reached out to her and told her Jordan wanted to talk to her and ask her that. And so they connected, and she decided she wanted to do it. She really wanted to get her feet wet in New York and on Broadway. And it was a great thing for her. She said the phone is really ringing off the hook for her to do things, new things futuristically. And, Yeah, it was great. And then of course, Tiffany Mann, who is really the daughter of David and Tam Mann, she's kind of a Broadway darling. She's done a lot of stuff already. I hadn't worked with her before, but I knew that she was good, but I didn't know how good she was until I got a chance to work with her. I'm just vocally she's good, but just she's a very intelligent musical theater actor. She comes with questions for discovery of the character that will stump you for a little bit. You got to really be ready to work with her because she does her homework and she's going to ask you a tough question about a character that and it's good. It gives you great information on finding a certain character. And then of course Latrice is from my unit. I took Latrice to see Ain't Misbehaving in Chicago, maybe like in 2007. And I said, you could really do Broadway. Like you could do musical theater. I really think you should think about it. And I love pulling gospel singers out of the box and putting them somewhere else to where I think even their instrument will be even more appreciated, that they can find another way to use it. So over the course of like, I'll say the last 16 years, she did her homework. Like she got in there, she took some musical theater workshop classes. She didn't really go back to school for it. She just didn't start getting casted for shows. And now she has so many shows behind her, all types, because I definitely said, don't do the same type of show. Do all types of shows. So she's done anything from ragtime to like I think a horror musical to like Color Purple, all of it. So when she got this opportunity, which Jordan asked me, what about that Pace Girl? And I was like, I would love for Latrice to do this. I always wanted her. I've always seen her here, and I've always supported her being here. So she came and she did the reading, and she wasn't going to do Baltimore because she was casted for Hair. I mean, no, for what's the show? I'm saying Hair, but it's not that. Is I can't remember the show, but it's the show with the big hair. I forget the name of it. I'm just blanking. It's my age.
No, it's
and she did that. She was casted for that, and they allowed her to get out of contract to do this. And so she came and did her role in Baltimore, and then she moved to New York, and she's doing it in New York, and it's been the best thing for her. So yeah, they're doing that thing. And of course, Jordan, he's equally as good of an actor as he is a writer. It's just really crazy, to be that so young still and so gifted. So it's been great working with the whole entire team, Stevie, the creative team, definitely the public, definitely getting a chance to just rub shoulders with Oscar, who is one of the most brilliant dramaturgs ever. When he's been behind like shows like Hamilton and so many more, to sit there with him, listen to him craft out stories, point out places where you need to fill in the hole and maybe tweak a little bit more. It's been incredible working with that team.
and the reviews speak for themselves, and the extension speaks for itself. It's
Yeah.
blown up the past few weeks here with this.
It has. I'm so good to do it. Oscar came to me and said, because Oscar is not a religious person, actually he's an atheist. And he said, I have never heard music so outside this space fit so perfectly in it. He said, I don't know what the people are feeling, but if this is what spirit and gospel is, he said, I'm all for it. I just have never felt anything like this before. And I just said, well, I'm really both. I really am musical theater and I am gospel. I say these are like lived spaces for me. I'm not just kind of figuring out how to do it. So I probably do it a little bit more effortlessly, than some.
Well, while we're talking, make sure you follow Donald Lawrence on Instagram as well. He's on Instagram and he updates on this project and all the music and all the things. If he's got more Clark Sisters stuff going on, if he's got other gospel projects coming on, if he's going to tour soon, and when you're through Detroit, I'll be there. If you got stuff going on, make sure you follow Donald Lawrence on Instagram as well for all of the stuff that's going on. Sometimes, I don't want to say controversial question, but sometimes theater and church don't always go together, public theater. And did you feel like, is this gonna, certain people are gonna look at like, this is too secular, this is too out of the lane for Donald Lawrence, is this too not what you're used to doing? Do you worry about people thinking that?
No, I don't worry about that. But you got to remember, I wasn't always the pick artist when I first came. I was probably the first gospel artist that had two hoops in, and I'd also, I got a lot of slack from that. I also was a musical director for Stephanie Mills. I came straight from being her MD for like almost 20 years into the choir world. So people always gave me a side eye when it came to that. But I think they learned my heart, and since then, I've got nothing but love from the gospel community. And I think also too, because when I do write, I'm so well studied with what I write. That pastors love their unit singing my music because it's such scriptural background, and I do a lot of study, and I definitely love listening to my pastor, Pastor Bill Winston. So I don't really think about that. If it's a story that I think is going to help and heal, it's all kinds of ways to do that. And church and theater might not mix, but also church and life is not always mixing either. I think it's more so about your God relationship in life and good-hearted people. So I don't do that. I mean, theater for me is my way of inspiring and helping and giving people some answers for some of life's deep questions. So I don't really bother. I do, like, if some of my friends I know are like maybe super religious, I was like, you can go see it, but I just need to warn you, like, Jordan writes with a lot of profanity, so it's gonna be some profanity there. I might not use profanity. I think I'm one of the few people left that don't really curse. So, but I would say, okay, it's gonna be some profanity. If you ever seen the Miss Pat show, you already know his style of writing. But there is a method of why, and it works. And it's real people. You can't tell real stories without putting up real people, how they really talk. Everybody don't come from church, and everybody don't speak like church, and even some church people don't speak like they're from church. So I don't worry about it at all.
Well, I really love it. It really inspired me. You gave me a lot of points because I was with my family, my Detroit family, their pastors, and the pastor, Pastor Lewis, and his wife, Pastor Lewis. They said Donald Lawrence is anointed. He is an anointed voice. He's anointed. And I said, "Oh, look at this Jersey guy getting points out here in the Detroit church with the family." That's it.
Tell him I said thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, your music has been done in churches and choirs. They cover your songs all over the world. Now, this music will be a part of people's books. So it'll be our audition songs. People will do it at their cabarets, and this show will live.
So, I hope so. Everybody's left there with wanting every song. It was like, when are y'all doing like a cast album? Jordan says these songs feel like they've been here for years. Like, I can't believe you wrote them. And I wrote them specifically for the text. Like, they weren't songs that were existing. I wrote them for based on the text. So he says he got custom songs for me. He's one of the people who got custom songs for me. I don't know about all that, but definitely I wrote them based on. I told him that the text spoke to me, and it allowed me to write what I felt like could connect and pull out more of the story and connect the dots and give people some resolution. So yeah.
Well, it's brilliant, everybody. If you know a little bit about the story, if it's a modern day Noah's Ark and you have a estranged family and you have issues in your life, which we all have people in our life we're trying to navigate, who would you let on the ark? And it's a good thing to think about, to meditate on, to pray on. The people in your life, what are the things that you need from them, and how do we come back together? Because we're in a time where we may be further than ever in a lot of ways apart, and we need to think about how would we come together. And that's what's so brilliant about what he wrote and add your music, and it's a moment. It's a moment you need to see.
Yeah, I told him that one of the deep questions I got from, and I pulled it out. It wasn't there. So we really actually in New York, I came to him with an additional song, and I said, I really, really found a question in this piece that I think we should ask everybody that you haven't asked it in the show, but it's really kind of there in all the text. And it was like, if you grew up in a dysfunctional family, and that family really caused you so much harm and so much trauma that anytime they were brought up, it was a trigger for you. If God came to you and gave you the task to go back and save them from a flood, would you be able to do it? So I wrote this new song for it called, Do You Have the Grace to Save the Place That Hurt You Most? And I think that is just a tough question for anybody. So it's a beautiful song, and it just makes you want to cry right away. We do it early, so he kind of finds a way to kind of humorize a little bit, but the thought still pushes everybody. They don't go like, that one song, I don't know if I would have that. So it asks the question, and that's what I think this piece does. It asks the question that if people who really hurt you and caused you so much harm, you had so much hate built up in your heart, if God came to you and asked you to go back and save them, that if you don't go back and save them, they're going to die, would you have the grace to go back and save not just them, the place, all the memories of the place and everything? So I love that song. I think it's a profound question,
And something to think about all week long. And when you see the show, definitely something to think about and talk about. Go to publictheater.org. I don't know if there's tickets left. There maybe with the extension, you might get one or two.
There might be, but when the tickets go on sale for the extension, this is a second extension. So, we hope it is extended one more time. But I do know that if it is, it can only be extended up to November 27th. After that, they have another show coming in. So that is the last. If it is extended anymore, the last of November will be it. But right now, it's only extended to November 9th. Yeah.
And so, and then we'll see what happens in the future. Who knows where it's going to be and what's next for this
We're,
show.
we're definitely planning on Broadway for sure. You know, that's the goal. The goal was to definitely do the premiere in New York and then eventually move uptown, just like Ain't No More and all the other shows that's been at the public. They've been there, they've done well, and then they've sold out, and then they've moved uptown. So, you know, this is a unique show, so it's about really figuring out what the audience for it is and the right theater for it, going in at the right time, of course. And you know, it's unique, but everybody that's come, they've loved it. So I mean, it's like so many. Whoopi's been there, Queen Latifah's been there, Keisha from Hell's Kitchen has been there, Tony Winner, Danielle Brooke, like so many people have just kind of come through, Lee Daniels, and just star after star after star after star. You know, the other day Latrice sent me a photo of her in Lilith White, and I love her. Like I said, now that's a Broadway legend right there. So she came back, she loved it. She told Jordan that he better not do another musical without putting her in it, because she loved the Divines, and she's like, they are singing, boy. So it's been cool to hear all of that.
That comes from the most singing singer on Broadway is Lilith White.
She is so amazing. I mean, she can sing. You know, it's not just her ability to sing, but the way she sings a text. And I tell everybody, you know, Broadway is about learning how to sing the text. It's not just having a great voice, just how strong of a singing actor you are. And I studied that a lot in school. So I know one when I see one, and she got the skill set. Boy, it's amazing.
Well, we are really excited, and we're so proud for this in the future. And we look forward to more Donald Lawrence music. We look forward to more musical theater. We look forward to the future of Oh Happy Day. And before I leave you, is there a message, a prayer, a mindfulness, a moment that you could leave us all with that's been on your mind or heart that maybe the people listening can get a ticket or make their day a little bit better?
I just want to ask everybody that tough question. I was, you know, if you really were put to the task of some people who really hurt you, whether it was an ex or old relationship or family or whoever, and you were really given a task to go back and save them. Do you have the grace to save the place or the person or the people who hurt you most? I say you do. Grace is just that. Sometimes you just have to use the grace to get over all of the things, because life is so short. I would just encourage everybody, if you have things you need to fix with people, fix them and keep it moving. You don't have to be around them. Just make sure that you know everything is good from your perspective. It's all individualized, you know. So I would just say, ask yourself this question: do you have the grace to go back and save some of the people in the place that hurt you most? I think you do.
Me too. It's such an important lesson. Get your tickets, everyone. Publictheater.org. We'll be listening. I listen to you every morning.
Wow, thank you. I don't.
You lived it. You did it. Listen.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So if your ears are ringing and you hear get it, that's me in Detroit shouting out to Chicago.
Oh, okay. That's good. Well, you know, I was very influenced by Chicago musicians, and I mean, really Detroit musicians and singers. I was very influenced by Thomas Whitfield. The Whitfield Company is my favorite choir to this day. Of course, the Clark sisters. And then you had, you had Vanessa Bell Armstrong. Those three, like my favorites. And you had Witness with Lisa Page Brooks, and then the Winans, and and then so many more. Rance Allen was right across the bridge, and you got Jay Moss and Kiara, and Dietrich Haddon was there. It's just unbelievable talent that came through Detroit, and that's just on the gospel side. But of course, all the soul stuff from the Motown days and everything. It's just an incredible musical place. But Chicago's my home. Shout out to Chicago, and it does not slack either. Great musicians, the best to me, and so I love living in Chicago.
I love my little Midwest moment. Well, I could be a Midwest brother to you, Donald Lawrence.
Okay.
Shout out Tamala. I call her Auntie Tamala. Lisa Page Brooks has been on this show and been here, and all of the incredible gospel artists that have been here. I'm really grateful that you come and talk to us, because we need a little bit more peace and understanding, and some of the love and joy that gospel and music and theater can come together and really make us understand and be a part of something bigger than us. And that's what really moves me. So it's an honor what you're doing, and it's an honor to have you here. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
There you go. Donald Lawrence here. Thank you to the Donald Lawrence fans that popped in. Hi, Indy. How you doing, Indy Marie, and everybody that's here? I'm so happy you guys got to see it. Mama Lewis says, where is it going next? Their plan is when the show ends that they, within the year, move it from off-Broadway to Broadway, and then it would tour after. So you may have to take a trip to New York. We may have to all go. Get on the bus, on the plane, off to Broadway. I hope so. Jordan Cooper is an incredible actor, and this show is very, very, very special show, I'm sure. As Darius says, the scary thing is sometimes you have to visit the place of hurt to find the healing we need. Woo, that's deep. Deep, deep, deep. Esther Mama Lewis says, no fire. Listen to Donald Lawrence. Okay, I listened to that. Hey, Indy, you're in New York, girl. I'm happy you're here. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to me that you're here, and I'm happy you saw the show and that you saw us on YouTube and you're here. Melba Moore is up next. We still have another 20 minutes to go. It's a long show, y'all. And with Melba Moore. And if you love gospel, Indy, everyone here loves gospel, we try to throw on some gospel artists along with classical artists. And, we put on a little bit of everybody. My sister is here. Hey, girl. Hey, Renee. So happy that you're here. Donald Lawrence was just here. We were talking Detroit up in these streets. So much great music is on its way, and great guests are coming up. Next week, I just want to let everybody know before Melba Moore comes out that, hey, come on, Kentucky. And I'm coming to you from Detroit, but I am native to New Jersey. So, hey, my tri-state sister. So we are, thank you. I love how Robert can bring all the different talents together. We're trying. Yeah, we bring some R&B legends. Let us see Faith Evans, old, new, everybody comes in here. And my sister's been working, y'all. She works out here in Detroit on the east side at the Salvation Army. It's in the blood of the Detroiters to be out here and be of service. So I really was touched by that story. When he told me, the story is an estranged son comes back home to a family barbecue. He's estranged from his father, and the flood is coming, and God tells him to build the ark. Will he let his father on the ark after disowning him? Ooh, man, that's a good show. So make sure you check it out. Speaking of great Broadway moments and theater moments, Melba Moore, before she was an R&B superstar singing You Stepped Into My Life and all those great songs, was a Broadway superstar. She got her start. It is a good premise, right? Really good premise. Of course. Thank you, Indy. She starred in Pearly, and she starred in Hair, and she replaced Diane Keaton in Hair. And she went on to do Timbuktu and a whole bunch of Broadway shows. So love this. Saw it a week ago, and she loved it. And go see this, and go see Saturday Church as well, with music by Sia. So this is Melba Moore's third time on the show. I love her. She's a trip. And she loves the Lord, and she loves gospel, and she loves to talk about it, as well as being a disco diva. Melba Moore is here. Again, she can come back all the time.
Okay, legend alert, everybody. This is the third look. I geek out about Miss Melba Moore because she's a Broadway icon. She's a gospel icon. She's an R&B icon. She's a dance icon. She's my Jersey sister. She is everything out here in these streets. She's got the Tony Awards. She's got the nominations. She has the songs. She has the record for the longest note. Freddie Jackson was on the other day, and we gagged and joked and talked and loved. I said, Freddie, how were you a backup singer for Melba Moore? He said, when she would hold those notes, I wanted to get her because we were out here holding our breath for dear life to keep up with Miss Melba Moore. Nobody sings like her. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, the one and only Miss Melba Moore.
Hi, thank you for having me. Glad to be back. Thank you.
He really did. Just 2 days ago, he said, I learned everything from Miss Moore. You guys had a big hit record together. And he said, and nobody sings like Melba Moore.
And nobody sings like Freddie Jackson.
That's the truth. These stories and your incredible career are all going to be documented in your new book?
Not all of them, because it's been too much to cram into one little book.
What was the idea to come up with the book, and what do you tell in the book?
Okay, well, it was my daughter's idea. She said, Ma, everybody's got a book but you. It's time to get to step in here. And so we started to think about what it was going to be about. And we thought, like everybody does in autobiography, so we thought we were going to do that, but that was so involved. We thought, okay, let's kind of pare it down. and do what she is and has informed me is a memoir. To take just a few things and kind of streamline it a little bit, and then I can get, well, the book industry is a whole new thing now. Anyway, it's like having a hit record out or something. So I'll learn the book industry, maybe do a few more books, not just one book, and start with this one. And I guess I start with some of my beginnings, of course, where I was born, my DNA, iconic lineage. Well, music in my family and in my blood, and how some of my beginnings in life and in the industry, and then some of the ups and downs and pivots and surprises.
I love it because if you know about you growing up, talking about Jersey, but you growing up in New York and your family, and then moving to New York and going to school in Newark, and and I'm a Jersey boy, and we love Miss Melba Moore here in New Jersey. You learned early. I mean, you've been singing since how old?
Well, I started late.
Okay.
When you're a singer, and it's natural, usually by the time you're 3 or 4 years old, somebody in the family, somebody tells you have a voice, and they kind of get you started, even if it's just in the family. But since my family was broken, and I didn't really get that until I was 10 years old and moved to Newark, New Jersey. And then my stepfather was a musician, and he and my mother worked together. Then music became the center part of our lives. So I call that starting late. And ever since then, I've been like God's little turtle. Everything is slow, but it comes wonderfully. I feel like the book and the things that are happening for my life now are going to make like a whole nother takeoff. And since the world and the industry is at a whole nother level, I'm probably going to go to another whole level. But wait.
You know, I was going to say, what a slacker, only working since 10 years old. I mean, come on, Miss Moore.
No, I wasn't working at that age. I mean, that's when we discovered that, well, first of all, I discovered that we were a musical family. My brother was a wonderful piano player and university teacher of music. My sister was an educator. Yeah, she's retired now, but she was an educator. My other brother was an attorney. So I'm saying I began to know and study music at 10.
Incredible. And then you started recording music. And then you started recording music before you went to Broadway. So how did Broadway come to you?
Oh, well, it happened through the recording industry. My first occupation was as a public school music teacher in Newark, New Jersey. That was my first professional job. And I did that because my parents were musicians and said they wanted us to have a real job. Like a job for the government or being an educator. So I did that for like about 3 years, and I said, well, I did this because you wanted me to do it, and I love it and everything, but I want to be an entertainer. I want to be an artist. And so my dad started taking me around to some of his colleagues, and we were just meeting people. We met a lot of different people, but the one that made the difference was Valerie Simpson. Met her in somebody else's office. She was waiting for a meeting. I was waiting for a meeting. We started talking, exchanged numbers, and she got me into the industry as a backup recording studio singer. And to make the story a little bit shorter, one of the recording sessions was for a gentleman by the name of Galt McDermott, who had composed the music and was the music director and the keyboardist for the Broadway musical Hair. They were still casting, and they said that because they were trying to explain to us that it was very kind of different and eclectic, and I had no idea. I hadn't even seen a play, much less a Broadway play. And we did musicals in college, but not theater. And so this guy with no shoes on and his bright bushy curly hair looked like his hands were stuck in a live plug comes up to me at the end of the day and says, well, how would you like to do hair? I said, excuse me, you don't want to need a hairdresser. He explained to me it was going to be a Broadway show and that they were still casting, and that if all of the singers on this recording session would come and sing for the director and the producer, they would find a role for us. And that's how I got my first Broadway show, which was Hair.
Which you just talked about, and you gave a tribute to Diane Keaton. I know that you replaced her, if I believe I'm correct, in that production. I know when you did your residencies at 54 Below, you opened with the hits of Hair. Those songs will live forever. They are iconic. And then from there, you go to Pearl.
But before we go on, you know, dear Diane passed away, so I don't want to skip over that.
Yes, please. Poor Diane Keaton, an incredible legacy and actress, and incredible. Did you get to work with her, or did you get to see her when you did the show?
We shared a dressing room together. Yes, so we used to go to Tad's Steakhouse together before we could both afford good steaks.
That's
Before she met Woody Allen, you know what I mean?
yes, and then she went to do her career, and then you went on to do your career. But you guys were always connected in that iconic Broadway moment. God bless her. What a talent.
Over the years, we were friends for a while until time just kind of drifted us apart. I still have the congratulations card that she sent me when I had my daughter. We were friends. Yeah.
God bless. I love that story so much. And I love the stories of Broadway and all of that at that time, because I know that it was a golden age of Broadway, truly. And in 1970, you win the Tony Award for Pearly. And now people have been singing your love, love, love. I'm not going to even try to do it, Ms. Moore. They've been singing it, and people have been. I saw Issa Jackson do a tribute to you about it. People have really fallen in love with Pearly. But you on that chair in that dress, rocking and singing, that is Broadway history.
Yes, thank God. Yep.
Incredible. You know what's been amazing to me, Ms. Moore, is that I've done this show for a couple of years. We had you on during COVID, and every time I've had you on or people have talked to me, somehow many people have connected through you. You have inspired and taught and been a role model. If it's Lisa Fisher, we had Oba Babatante. If it's the other day with Freddie Jackson, so many people have come here and said that you are responsible for encouraging them in this business. Have you always been that cheerleader for people who you think have talent?
Not on purpose. I mean, hopefully that's the kind of person I am. I remember beautiful, talented Oba in Timbuktu. That's where I met him. But you didn't ask me that.
No, but still, he talked about it. He told us like that was the moment that really changed his life, and you were there, and how supportive you were.
Well, I think because I was starring opposite Eartha Kitt in that theatrical piece, and so for Oba, who was a featured actor in the role, in the play, that must have been very, very exciting to see like two divas, opposite each other. And the rest of the cast was just unbelievable. Oba is just he hasn't done anything but great, great, great quality movie and theater pieces ever since. He's such a talented and an intelligent person.
Yes. And then from Broadway and those shows, you have an incredible R&B catalog. I mean, and you've been out here. People have been spinning your records. People have been playing "You Stepped Into My Life" and you've been performing all over the world. And people are up dancing, and you've been spreading joy. What's it like to go to a Melba Moore concert now? I know you have a lot of dates booked, and you're out here all over the world.
Well, it's changing a little bit in that I'm getting paired with some people like Karen White, and going to go back with Denise Williams, and I'm trying to think who else. Going to be on a show with Shirley Jones, formerly of the Jones Girls, and we're all working with one of the many Climax bands. It's an all-girl band. They are each one of the band members has started another group, and of course they are like total entertainers. So it's going to be like combinations like that I haven't done before.
So exciting. So make sure you can work all of the information, the links and everything in Instagram.
I forgot. On the one with Climax, Monique is going to host. So that's going to be a trip. I'm going to go on some kind of a working tour with Cat Williams as well. And also D Nice has invited me to do his Christmas show. He's coming back to, I think he's going to Newark, the big arena in Newark.
The Prudential Center or NJ Pack, Prudential Center.
Yeah.
Melba Moore comes home to Newark, everybody. D Nice, he's spun your music during club quarantine and has had you out and about. He was playing those records like he could not be more in awe of the beats and the vocals that you did. And now you've been doing a bunch of shows with him.
Yes, thank goodness. Yes. So because he does, I don't know if he did tours before, because he really started as a DJ. And I think he's a musician as well. But now he actually books tours.
Let's go. So when you talk about music, you have new music. I mean, No Filter, a new single coming out. Tell us, what is the song? What's the vibe? What can you say about it?
It's a house dance record, and it's being considered for a Grammy nomination. So everybody should check it out. I can describe it and everything, but I think the music has to speak for itself. A dance record, you got to hear it.
Yes, agreed. Agreed. Well, I know you are a nominated Grammy artist, and I just so happen to be in the 2025 class this year of the Academy. I heard it. I had my vote. I can't tell you I can't tell you who I voted for, but I keep my people. My Jersey people are my people. I'm just saying.
So I got a chance, honeys. Everybody listening, I got a chance at this. That's exciting to me to find out that could possibly happen for me. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I mean, that's almost like not almost. I don't want to compare, but like the Hollywood star. You don't think about things like that. Go on with your career. You keep trying to, stay relevant.
No.
After it's been a long time, that's the challenge. How are you going to stay relevant?
That was such a beautiful induction. Another person who connects to you is Lunel, who was there for your star unveiling, who told me when she was here that you are someone who will randomly text. Like, you're a real girlfriend. Like, you're not just a celebrity friend. Like, when you let someone in your life, you are there for them. And she made sure to mention that when she was here.
Well, Lunella's like that too.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to be, and she really kind of almost hosted the Hollywood star event. Mm-hmm. She basically was the keynote speaker. Mm-hmm. I just stood there and cried and tried to read my speech.
So for you, when do we know about the book? Do we know when the book is possibly going to be out?
It's out at the end of November. I don't have they have a date, but they haven't given me the date. But it's going to be the end of November. I know it's first going to be available. We're going to start out on Amazon and then see where we go. Hopefully, we'll grow from there.
I'm really excited to get a copy. I'm really excited for people to check it out. The book is going to be called "This Is It," yes. And I'm excited. Did you find it fun to go back and think of these stories? Did you come up with stories that you haven't told or thought about in a while?
Oh, absolutely, all of the above, and a great deal of fun to go back. But some of it wasn't so much fun, and I had to be kind of careful about some of what I tell that wasn't so much fun, because almost all of it involves other people, and I'm telling my story. But when it involves somebody else, you don't want them to have to go back and relive it if they don't want to, or to suffer some dire consequences because of something you said. So those were challenges in terms of how I would write, because you can't write a book that has nothing that negative that happened, because that's not how life is. It's not even believable. But those were the challenges. How are you going to talk about the things that are a little sensitive?
Sure. Well, you have been out here working, looking amazing. Shout out to David Joseph and the incredible clothes that he makes for you on stage. Yes. I've never seen someone who is a bigger fan of Miss Moore than him. He will travel around the world and back again. And every time I see him, he says, I pinch myself that I get to work with Miss Melba Moore. And you look incredible. You sound incredible. How do you take care of do you practice and warm up, or is this just natural, God's given? That's it. You just always got it.
No, if you don't move it, you lose it.
Okay.
So it's daily to the gym. I have a religious regimen. If I'm Catholic, so if I can, I'm not working, I will actually get up and go to mass, go to church. And today I went to 7:30 mass. So I got up at 4 and started my physical regimen, which is a hot tub bath. So let the bathtub warm me up, so I don't have to warm myself up. But you got to warm up and you got to move and exercise. I go to the gym every day if I'm not working, and if I can't go to the gym, then I have exercises that I know I can do in my hotel room or wherever I am. So there's a very serious regimen, and my diet is very, very, very restrictive, and it's not one size fits all, because there's some things that will work for me that won't work for anybody else. You really have to discover what's good for you and what's not good for you. But of course, there's certain general things that are bad for everybody, like the junk food. Eat that when between you 10 and 15 years old, because it's poison. You can't eat that. Those street vendors, oh, they look and smell so good, but they are poison. You can't do that. Your diet has to really be strict and clean. So I eat a lot of fish, a lot of fresh salads and vegetables, and fresh fruits, live foods. Nothing fried, no oils. Can't do dairy anymore. Don't do any more bread. No more cakes and pies and candies. I can't do that anymore. So it's very strict.
And I know it because last time you were here last year, I told you that I had seen you because I live in the neighborhood you live in. And now I'm in Detroit because I got married since last year. My husband is.
Oh, congratulations.
When you come to Detroit, Ms. Moore, I'm going to be ready to dance and sing with you. But
All right.
when you lived in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and I've seen you, and I never bothered you at the grocery store, at the fancy grocery store with the fancy car service. And Miss Moore, it looks beautiful, and she looks like the superstar that she is. And I said, and you told me, you will walk the hills of the neighborhood that you live in. You will walk and walk. And I said, how do you look so good? And the first time we talked, you said, Jesus and my walk. And that's it. Jesus and the walk.
Yeah. If you got him and he's first, he'll tell you what else to do. But if you don't, there's things you miss, and everything kind of can come in and distract you and take priority over what needs to be right for you. And I can't tell anybody what's right for them, but that's how you have to find out what your order and your priorities have to be so that your life is the best that it could be.
Amen. I think that's so important for all of us to absolutely know that and to hear that. While we're talking, everyone, go to Melba Moore on Instagram so you could stay up to date on the book and the dates and all of the information and the music. We could stream the music, all the old hits, the new music, the other stuff, everything that's out there, whatever mood you're in. She's got a record for you.
Well, you helped me so much. I don't have to try to say all of that.
No, she's got music and the notes. The long notes. I've talked to you about this before, but the Guinness record for the longest recorded note, was this intentional? Was this just something you had in you? Did you say, I'm going to break the record, or was it just happened?
No, it was a series of things that happened. I think great things come out of difficulties that you have. I was I'm naturally a lyric soprano. My natural voice is classical music, not R&B, and it was a very sweet voice, but you couldn't hear it from here to there. So it was because it was very soft and weak. So I started. Well, my mother took me to Atlantic City during this time, because my stepdad, and her had a band that used to work in Atlantic City every summer. But she took me there to take me to the beach because I had asthma as a child and all kinds of respiratory problems because of, now I know it's because of fatback and all that kind of stuff. But I learned to swim there, and then she gave me dance lessons like every mother does, the kid when they're about 5 or 6 years old. But I fell in love with it, and I kept doing that. And then over the years, I started to keep taking dance lessons, and I heard about this word called endorphins. So there's actually a chemical thing that happened to you for being joyful and for exercising that rehabilitates you and restores you. So all of these different things have come into play to make me like a whole person, and then a whole entertainer, and some things that I can give some people some tips about now.
And let me tell you, it's working, because you sound great. You look amazing. The new records are as good as they have ever been. The music, watch some live videos of her singing out here. She is incredible. When she comes to your neck of the woods, you need to get a ticket and see it and stream the new music. I want to, before I let you go, you have been an advocate for equality for people from the very beginning. You have been at the forefront. I mean, Lift Every Voice and Sing, you made a top 10 record. You had Reverend Jesse Jackson on the record for you. And we live in some crazy times again. Do you have any advice or well wishes? Because a lot of people are scared. A lot of people see a lot of things to be concerned about. And you have been at the forefront of this in the past. Do you have any word of encouragement for people out here?
I do. I think that it's difficult and probably impossible for me to give you a political platform or a philosophy that just works for you. But everybody's going to have to participate in making things better. And I think you do that with your own personal life first. And then once again, if you get up in the morning, you put God first, and he tells you, okay, well, what's my part to do in my home, in my family, in my neighborhood, where I work, to spread positivity, openness, joy. And then if there's something that you need to do politically, you need to do it, or whatever it is. If you need to demonstrate, I can't tell you that, but everybody's going to have to participate, because it's our life, it's our country, it's our government. We can't sit to the side, and we can't just complain. We can't judge. We have to participate in some way. I'm not going to tell you what my political choices are, because they should be yours. And I'm not a politician, but I'm going to try to influence you, to ask you what you think I'm doing, because when you come to my performance, you say, well, how does she do that? And what does she think about? And I'll tell you what I think. But you have to have your own.
Yes, everyone stay active and be on top of it. Be and find what yours is. Well, I'm going to hang up with you, and I'm going to listen to Love Coming At You, because I think that's my fave. I think that's
all right.
And then I think my new fave is the new single, everybody, which you need to hear, which is No Filter. And I'm going to go on Amazon and I'm going to pre-order the book, which you should do as well, called This Is It. And then I'm going to go to Instagram and find out when Miss Moore is in my neck of the woods. So we're all going to have Miss Moore homework. New single, order the book, buy a ticket to a show, listen to the old stuff, listen to the new stuff, and be ready. Go find a prayer, eat something healthy, get a piece of fresh fish, and take a walk.
Yes. To be redundant, thank you so much. You are so good, and you say all the things that need to be said. And this is what we have to have. Otherwise, what we do, we might as well just sing it to ourselves in the bathroom. But thank you for getting me out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I followed Miss Moore for years. She's active on social media. She will tell you all the things that are going on, and you got to be a part of it. She's so great at the content that's posted. Melba Moore, and follow her on Facebook. I follow her. Everyone follow her. All the cool kids are out here following her, and the legends are following her as well. She's a legend, and I'm so excited for this chapter for you, and I can't wait. That show's your show, and I'll see you out in Jersey on a walk.
Okay, thank you so much. God bless you and your following.
God bless you. Thank you for being here.
How cute is she? I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. She's a sweetheart and a cutie pie. And you know what's funny? Talk about legends. We had Donald Lawrence here before, and Donald, he said before that Stephanie Mills, his first job was being her music director. And Stephanie Mills commented on our post today about Donald. This life is cray cray. Ron, thank you, Ron Ledford. I love her too. Thank you for being here. I love that you watched us tonight. Thank you. Tell a friend, tell somebody. My mom says, wow, so sweet to see Melba. My mom was back in the day, you step into my life and you stepped in. That is a bop. That is a bop. Cat Daddy's got through COVID with D Nice. He does shows now all over. And I died. And Robert, Melba, and Donald both provide us a wonderful, inspiring chat. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I'll be celebrating throughout the weekend. Thanks for staying up late with me. Oh my gosh, I got myself choked up with an air bubble. What in the world? Another great Thursday night with Robert at the Roundtable. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and good night. And I say to you, in this crazy world that we're living in, that whatever you believe in, whoever you are, whatever you think is up there in the sky, I know that there is something bigger than all of us out here. And that, for me, I wish you the greatest weekend of joy, peace. Whew, we need some peace and grace. Give yourself some grace, because we all have our good times and our bad times, and finding grace within ourselves and letting things go from the past is very hard. So I encourage you to do that. Give yourself some grace this weekend. Take a moment to just love on you and remember how special and wonderful you truly are. Something bigger than us made you perfect just the way that you are. God bless you. There's more love than there is hate. There is more joy than there is sadness, and there is more good than there is bad. It's just about perspective. Make sure you look for the good every single day. Thank you, Cat Daddies. You says you should sign continuing education certificates for us all an hour of education, because that was great. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Good night. Good night. Sending you much, Indy. Thank you. Please come back and visit us again next Thursday, or follow us right now. Follow me on Instagram at Robert M. Bannon and say hey, because I'd love to say hey to you, and thank you for being here. Happy birthday, Christine. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your vacation, and we see you all next week. Next week is my birthday week. Me and Christine are both Scorpios. My dad will be here, so I won't be live with you on Thursday, but the show is taped, and it's a tribute to Billy Joel with his first wife, his first manager, and also Tony Desar, so you're not going to want to miss it. I'll see you. I'll find you right back. I'll see you again next week. God bless you. The best is yet to come. The best. See you then.